Right? Guys, can you hear me correctly? I'm audible enough, right, ma? Yeah, good morning, ma. Good. Fine. So we were in unit number 2. We were talking about nutrition and animals. In nutrition and animal, the mode of feeding, we were discussing about it. So while we were discussing about it, we were talking about amoeba mode of digestion. I hope it's an holozoic, it's a holozoic nutrition, that is food which is taken inside the mouth. Okay, so with that we were talking about it. And what are the holozoic, the digestion which is taking place in the amoeba. So you have this exgestion. First one with the start, you will be starting it with the ingestion, followed by digestion, followed by absorption, assimilation, and lastly the exgestion. Yes, okay, yeah, very good. Intracellular digestion, that is which is digestion which is taking place inside it. So first, what happens in the ingestion? What happens? The food which will be taken. Okay, so there will be a vacuole will be created, and that vacuole will be closed. Since amoeba, they don't have definite structure, they just go and they create a vacuole, and the food will be present inside it. So after that, what happens? Comes the intracellular digestion, where the enzymes will be taking place in that particular area, and the digestion, the food will be moved on to the next one is the assimilation, where it reaches the cytoplasm of the amoeba. So after that, what happens? When the cytoplasm assimilates the food, they takes the energy, followed by absorption, where it helps in multiplication, dividing, and all those things will be done. So after that, lastly the exgestion is nothing but it comes out as a pellet, forms of pellet, right? So pellet formation is like all the undigested food particles will be coming out in the forms of pellet. So that was we were talking about during our last class in the nutrition of amoeba. And we also discussed some kinds of checkpoints, right? And now we'll be moving on to the digestion in human beings. So human beings, when you talk about digestion, it is actually a complicated process, unlike amoeba. So amoeba, it's a single celled, it's a unicellular organism, whereas all the process will be done in a single cell alone. But when you talk about the human system is complicated. When it has different organization. So you have organ system to perform the digestion. Okay, so what is called as organ system? So before going into organ system, we'll be talking about organs. So what is called as organs? How are they formed? Okay, so the tissue cells, right? So cells that performs the tissues, and tissues will be forming the organ. Okay, so organs, tissues forms the organs, and the organs form the organ system. Okay, so we'll just write it. So cells, okay, so group of cells, there may be one, not just one, but group of cells. Okay, so you'll be writing, you have to know it as group of cells will be forming the tissues. Okay, so the group of tissues will be forming the organs. So all the group of organs will be forming the organ system. So in the organ system, digestive system also plays a vital role. Okay, so first thing to be noted is, first one is cell. Okay, group of cells will be forming the tissues, followed by group of tissues will be forming the organs, followed by a group of organs will be forming the organ system. Okay, so we'll just see one example of how this organ system is formed. So that's what we have given one example called as digestive system. So when you talk about digestive system, there are certain number of organs which plays a vital role in the digestive system. Some common organs you include, like you have the organ called from the mouth. Okay, so mouth, it starts with mouth and ends with the anus. We already know that. So you have this anus or rectum, maybe it comes under the excretion also, but still digestion comes under the process including the excretion. right? So this is one organ system, that is group of organs all together, they perform one particular organ system called as organ digestive system. So that is one example. And second one, we'll talk about nervous system. So nervous system is like all the nerves, okay? So all the nerves which plays a vital role. So you have like all the nerves like from the brain, okay? So it starts from the brain, okay? Then from the brain it goes till the leg, okay? So leg till legs, okay? Leg, maybe the foot also, you have what? You have the nervous system present inside your body. So from the brain, it's an organ. So like from the brain, it goes till legs. So it's again another organ system number 2. And now moving on to the next organ system. So circulatory. So circulatory system is again what happens, group of organs will be forming. Again, how are the group of organs? You have a circulatory system example, like you have heart, okay? So along with the heart, one major thing is a heart plays a vital role. So along with the heart, some lungs plays a vital role, like again arteries, veins. So all again it is passed to various parts of the body, right? So organ system number 3. So likewise, you have lots of organ system in your body that plays a vital role. Okay, so this organ system, how this organ system is formed, it is formed with the help by groups of organs. So like various organs together will be put forward, but like along with the organs, you may have or may not have or hormones or enzymes. So some kind of juices along with it. So that forms the organ system. Is it clear? What exactly the organ system? Is it clear? Is it clear, children? Or do you have any doubts? Clear. Okay, so cell, it forms tissues. Tissues forms the organs. Organs forms the organ system. Okay, good. So you have one organ system which is called as digestive system. So again, it's a holozoic process. So it's a digestion. It starts from the mouth, like all the food first you have to take in. Whatever the food you are eating, it has to be taken inside with the help of your mouth, with the help of the teeth, with the tongue, also the salivary glands which is present either sides. So again, it like process to the tube which is present and goes to the wherever the necessary areas. Okay, so that tube, okay, so from the mouth it just goes on, and it is called as digestive system or alimentary canal. Okay, fine. I hope you can see the picture here. Is the picture visible? Is the picture? Yes. Okay, good. Fine. So the food, okay, so the food, whatever the food you're taking, it just goes on from the mouth. So it takes in the mouth. Okay, so whatever the things which will be done. So you have a canal. Okay, so this canal is called as alimentary canal. Okay, so you have a canal here, this area. Okay, so that area will be called as alimentary canal or digestive tract. Okay, so this area will be mentioned. Yes, food pipe is also, yeah, again it's called as alimentary canal. Basic science term. Okay, so science term only I'm just telling you. So it's called as alimentary canal or digestive tract. Okay, so this tube is called as alimentary canal or digestive tracts. So along with this, you have certain other organs and glands which forms the digestive system. Okay, so you have along with this alimentary canal, okay, also called as food pipe, but the correct word is for alimentary canal. Okay, so from the alimentary canal, you form groups of organs which performs some kind of function, and that is called as digestive system. Okay, so definition is coming up. Okay, so the alimentary canal together with its organ. So you call it as food pipe. Okay, food pipe is this area alone, you call it as food pipe. Okay, but alimentary canal, what you call it as alimentary canal is like the whole area along with the food pipe or digestive tract, along with the liver, stomach, small intestine. Okay, like till pancreas. Okay, till pancreas, like what here the digestion process will be taking place. So you call this as alimentary canal. The whole thing will be called as alimentary canal, not just including the food pipe. Okay, so digestive tract, why it's called as digestive tract is like the food will be going from the esophagus or the food pipe through the stomach, where the some kind of enzymes or some kind of juices will be secreted from various parts of the organs, and the digestion process will be taking place. So this whole structure where the digestion will be taking place, you call it as alimentary canal or digestive tract. All right, so apart from this, this alimentary canal or the digestive tract includes esophagus or food pipe, like it also includes liver, it includes gallbladder, it includes pancreas, it includes stomach, also it includes various other systems like mouth and all, which helps in the digestion process. Alimentary canal or digestive tract. All right, so this group of organs which is performing the digestion, you call it as digestive system. So all the organs which is responsible for performing one particular function, the function, okay, so one particular function will be done here. So that function you call it as digestion. So that digestion, you call the digestion where various organs will be performing is called as digestive system. Okay, so there are a group of organs which perform certain kind of functions called as digestion or known as digestion. So the organs which performs the digestion is called as digestive system. Okay, so this is what it is all about. You clear with it? What is alimentary canal or what is called as digestion? What is called as digestive system? Is it clear? So far, is it clear or do I have to explain it again? Ma, I need answers, da. Is it clear or do I have to explain again? I want your answers, okay? At least you are like 47, are you there? And I need everyone's answer. Good. All right. So I hope you're clear with it. So can I move to the next one? Can I move to the next one? Okay, done. So this is what the digestion is all about. So what are the digestion organs which is performing? So you have salivary glands. You have first of all, you have mouth. You have salivary glands. Okay, so glands comes under enzyme, so we can leave that. So what are the organs? Is mouth, esophagus, stomach, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. So you whole thing to be called as the digestive organs. All right. So alimentary canal, from the whole alimentary canal, which includes mouth, esophagus, liver, stomach, gallbladder, pancreas, also includes the small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and the anus. Okay, so these are coming under major, coming under the digestive organs. So these pancreas, this pancreas, gallbladder, and liver, along with the help of salivary glands, these comes under the salivary appendix. We don't usually have any process in appendix. So you call this appendix, you call the appendix as vestigial organ. What exactly vestigial organ is? You have from it is estimated, like in the evolutionary process, like from the monkey only we are being evolved, right? So in the science area, it's like that. So when you compare with the amoeba and with the human being, the complex system will be dependent. It will be in a very vast way. So appendix and all, where the rabbit, okay, so the rabbit and all the herbivore animal, the appendix plays a vital role, but not to us. Okay, so but why, you can ask me then, why appendix is present in the body? Appendix is actually, it is present, but it does not have any problem, any function. But even though, because of the evolutionary process, it is just present as it is, it does not have any work. So it's called as vestigial organ. Like it doesn't perform any function, but it is also present in your body. Okay, so that is called as appendix. So okay, so appendix, it's an area where it doesn't perform any specific function, but even though it is present inside your body because of evolutionary process. All right, but you have this appendix problem and all. Why? Because when the digestion is not done properly, what happens? The dirt, okay, so they get settled in the appendix area, causing the pain in your body. So that leads to the removal of appendix. But even though it doesn't play not even a single role in the process of digestion in human, but appendix plays a vital role in the digestion of maybe it's a rabbit or maybe in a deer. Okay, that plays a vital role. But in your body, it is called as vestigial organ. Vestigial organ is nothing but they don't have any major process, many uses in your body, but they will be present in your body. So that's called as vestigial organ. Okay, so now we'll move on to the digestion. Okay, so digestion. So you have digestive organs. Okay, so they are called as mouth, esophagus. You have stomach, you have small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. But you have salivary. You have the enzymes. Okay, glands, digestive glands called as salivary glands. You have gallbladder. You have pancreas, and you also have liver. So these are called as digestive glands. So the liver, the gallbladder, pancreas, also the salivary glands is called as digestive glands, whereas the other things, other parts of your body, you call it as digestive organs. So organ is present for sending the food substances to the stomach and do the work, while the digestive glands is present for sending some kinds of juices, so that the bigger food particles will be soluble and will be broken down into smaller food substances. So that is called as that is the main role of glands, digestive glands, which is present in your body. Yes, I'll be telling everything. So first, let me start with the mouth. Then we'll be moving on to liver, pancreas, everything in a detailed manner. Don't worry. Okay, I cannot rush it as far as some may understand, some may not. So I'll just start by mouth. Then we'll be moving on to esophagus, stomach, liver, and that time I'll just surely tell you about the function of liver for sure. Mainly, but now what you have to know is two major things plays a vital role. So one is called as digestive glands. Okay, so one you call it as digestive glands. Okay, so the second one you call it as digestive organs. So what and all come under digestive glands? So you have a salivary gland, you have liver, you have pancreas, you have gallbladder. So these salivary thing produces some kind of juices for making the bigger food complex to be broken down into smaller food substances, So that is the main reason why the digestive glands will be present. So digestive organs includes the passing up of food from the mouth and it reaches the stomach. Again, process will be done and coming out through the anus. So that's called as digestive organ. Is it clear between difference between digestive gland and digestive organ? Digestive clear? Only Nafal has responded. Okay. Clear. Okay, done. So we'll then move on to the next thing. If you're clear with it, we'll move on to the next topic. Okay. So now we will talk about the juices which is secreted by salivary glands, gallbladder, liver, pancreas. So there are some kind of substances which is secreted, which helps in the mastication process. Mastication is nothing but chewing the food in the mouth. And it further out, as I told you, the bigger substances will be broken down in smaller. So some kind of juices will play a vital role. What that juice? Okay, so that juice is called as enzymes. Okay, so enzymes, you call it as digestive juices. Okay, or you can call it as chemical substance whose speed up the rate of chemical reactions. Okay, so whatever the change is present, these enzymes will be remained unchanged only. Yeah. HCl, okay. Okay. Now, HCl, you call it as digestive juices, of course. Hydrochloride, okay. Done. So enzymes, hydrochloric acid. It's not hydrochloride, it's hydrochloric acid. It's an acid. Acids and base, that's totally different. We'll talk that about later on, not now. Okay, so salivary glands, you have these kinds of enzymes which helps in mastication, and pancreas will be sending some kind of enzyme to the stomach. Of enzymes to the stomach, similarly liver. Okay, they are called the juices which is secreted by pancreas, which is secreted by gallbladder, also which is secreted by the liver and the salivary gland. You call it as enzymes. So enzymes, again, it's also a chemical substance. Okay, so it's a chemical substances which speed up the rate of chemical reaction. Okay, without the enzyme, there won't be the digestion. Okay, so digestion, without enzymes, no digestion will be taking place. So enzymes, you can call it as digestive juices in the stomach. Okay, so what it does is chemical substances. It's a chemical substance. Enzymes are chemical substances. What they do is they speed up the rate of reaction. So the slow process will be speed up with the help of the enzymes which is secreted by liver, gallbladder, pancreas, and the salivary glands. So maybe salivary glands here itself that works. Okay, but deep down, what happens when it reaches the stomach? These three, liver, gallbladder, and pancreas, plays a vital role. So though they secrete some kind of juices, and that juices you call it as enzymes. Is it clear? Ma, is it clear, ma? Or do you have any doubts? Good, fine. So along with its stomach will be sending some kind of acid. You also call that's also an enzyme. You call it as hydrochloric acid. Also, we'll be discussing later about that enzyme and all. Okay, so these are the major introduction for the digestion or digestive system. Now we'll be moving on. I think I'll just stop with this because I need to revise your unit 1. We'll discuss about the unit 2 maybe on the later classes. Okay, I'll now discuss you with the units which I have prepared for your exam. We'll just discuss about your exams. Okay, so unit 1 will be included for your exam. Did you get the materials? All of you have got your materials, right? All of you have got your materials. So some of you might have got your book also. So please do go through your book also along with your materials. So in your first unit, we were discussing about nutrition in plants, right? So nutrition, what are the nutrients? Nutrition which required by the plant. So we were discussing about the cell. So structure of cell in plant. Okay, so we discussed all those things. So I hope you're clear with it. And we discussed about autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition. So autotrophs is nothing but organism which will be making their own food. You call it as autotrophic nutrition, like plants prepare okay, you have written your one-word answers in your book. That's good. So autotrophs, you also call it as producers. Okay, so all the plants will be coming under autotrophic nutrition. So that's one, self-nourishment. Okay, so that's called as autotroph. And heterotrophic nutrition, which is dependent on other for purpose of food, you call it as heterotrophic nutrition. So heterotrophic nutrition includes all the consumers, so which depends on the plants, especially for the food. Okay, so that's called as heterotrophic nutrition. The example includes dependent on other. What are heterotrophic nutrition is other nourishment. Yes, they are also called as consumers. Very good. So autotrophic nutrition, because before going into autotrophic nutrition, you have to know about photosynthesis process. So what are the photosynthesis? What are the agents or what are the raw materials which is required for photosynthesis? Can you tell me? Requirement of photosynthesis. Yeah, sunlight, chlorophyll, air. What kind of air? Elaborate air. Yeah, very good. Carbon dioxide. Okay. Yes, you need chlorophyll, you need water, you need sunlight, you need, yes, all those things will be present. Soil, yeah. But major four raw material is carbon dioxide, and you have chlorophyll, sunlight, water. Okay, so photosynthesis is nothing but the process of making food. So what is the food? You call it as glucose. So by green plants, by using carbon dioxide, water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is called as photosynthesis. So photo means light. Okay, photo, it's called as light. Synthesis is to make. So with the help of the light, you make food called as photosynthesis. You also have your chemical equation. So can you tell me the chemical equation? Have you studied your one? I have given you homework, right? Can you tell me the chemical equation? Yeah, just then tell me the chemical equation. Type out your answers for chemical equation. Yeah, equation. The equation which I've given you in the material, 6CO2 plus 6H2O in the presence of sunlight. Very good. Who is that? Alana. Good. So that's the right answer. So 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay, Azada. Okay, you don't understand the chemical equation. Okay, don't copy paste your answers. I can literally see people copy pasting the answers from Alan. Okay, no issues. Please do study that. Okay, chemical equation it's a must. So please do study. Okay, so it's giving by 6C. Okay, 6CO2. So what is the 6CO2? The 6CO2 is called as carbon dioxide. Okay, so 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 6H2O. 6H2O. 6H2O is nothing but water. Okay, so this 6CO2, that is 6CO2 and 6H2O will be combined. They will be combining together. Okay, so how they will be combining? So 6CO2 plus carbon dioxide. So this is carbon dioxide plus 6 molecules of water. H2O is nothing but water. Okay. In the presence of sunlight. So you're supposed to write sunlight in the up and chlorophyll down. Okay, so in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, so they give you glucose. That is the food. So here the food will be given. So what is the food here? 6C6H12O6. Okay, so this is the food. Okay, so you call it as glucose. And the byproduct of glucose is oxygen. So oxygen is nothing but O2. Okay, so O2, you have to write 6. So it's a byproduct. Okay, so this will be the chemical equation. So carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives glucose, and the byproduct of the glucose is 6 oxygen. So this is how the chemical equation goes by. Now, is it clear? Okay. So I'll just stop you with this. Please do go through the equation. It's very much important. Please do go through the equation, learn your lessons, learn your today's homework also. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.